Hello everyone and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, mono black again, but this card. I tried to make a few different kind of deck work, and what's really annoying in trying out all kinds of deck is that Arena is full of that blue-white reanimator deck. Funny enough, right? It's not the burn deck that was bothering me as much today as the the blue white, the Zorius, Jin, and Oculus deck. Yeah, that deck is insane. It's so good, and they always get lucky, and they just bring back Oculus turn 2 sometimes, and that I don't want to play against that every time without having a backup. So this time we're playing Leyline of the Void. There's actually 4 Leyline of the Void in the deck, but I only have 2 that was from Eldraine, and I have 2 that's from what is this called again? Bloomburrow? No, the Dustmore. So there's 4 Leyline of the Void in the deck. This kills graveyards. Leyline comes into play on our opening hand, and then every card that goes in our opponent's graveyard gets exiled immediately. So no graveyard synergy at all for our opponent. That's the idea of this deck. But what if our opponent doesn't need it? What if they're not playing any sort of graveyard synergies? It's rare, but it could happen. So what happens after that? Well, if that's the case, we got 3 Beseech the Mirror, 1 Back for a Second, and 3 Braids, Arisen Nightmare, just to get rid of our Leylines for extra synergy. So yeah, that's kind of the idea of the deck, right? I started with I wanted to have Leyline in my deck. Then afterwards I thought, if Leyline's a dead card, at least I can sack it to Beseech to draw any other card I want, or sack to Back for a Second to bring back creatures from my graveyard, or sack to Braids and make our opponent lose life and draw cards. So that's the extra oomph to the Leyline package. Now, along with that, the rest of the deck is a good old mono black shell to push that advantage. So now our opponent really can't do much if there's some sort of combo. Graveyard Hate will take care of that. If they have a mono red, Graveyard Hate will take care of all the dice triggers as well. And mono black also has a lot of those removals, right? If they're aggros, our removals will get them out of the way. And if they're control, counterspell heavy type control, well, we have 3 Duress in the deck, 2 Liliana in the deck. Braids will obviously push the tempo advantage. And then we have 4 cases Stash Skeletons to push extra damage whenever we need to until they kill our skeletons. When they kill our skeletons, we can sack the case for whatever card we want. And sometimes we can even search out Fountain Pour and push the advantage that way, because the Fountain Pour is just almost infinite damage. So that's the whole idea of the deck. Now let's talk about it card by card. In the early game, we have 4 cutdowns to get rid of early game creatures. Then we have 3 Duress and 4 Hopeless Nightmares to make sure that we have some hand disruption and also get some hand info on our deck, or on our opponent's deck. Turn 2, we have 4 Case of the Stash Skeletons, put Board Presence. Board Presence that our opponent doesn't really want to answer, but they kind of have to. If they don't answer it, we'll kill them with the 2/1 Skeletons. If they do answer it, we get to tutor a card. Then we have 4 Go for the Throat for additional removal, and 2 Nowhere to Run, so we can always target creatures from our opponent's hexproof side or warded side. More importantly, Nowhere to Run is also an enchantment that we can sack to Braids or to Beseech. That's pretty fun. 1 Back to Second. Back to Second is a great card, but we don't really have that many creatures, so there's only 1 in the deck as a tech. And then we have 3 Braids. Braids is obviously important. We can sack Hopeless Nightmare. Opponent usually don't have enchantments, so we can draw an extra card, make him lose 2 life. And then we can also sack lands, if nothing else. We have a lot of lands in this deck, so we will push him out that way. And then we have 2 Liliana. Liliana is obviously a back-breaking card whenever you have Tempo, because our opponent really can't play creatures that would get sacked. They can't hold cards in their hand because they get discarded. And eventually the -6 will get them no matter what. Alright, and then we have Leyline of the Void. Let me put that over here, because that's not really a 4-drop, right? That is just opening hand kind of 0-drop card. We have 1 Rankle's Prank. Rankle's Prank is something that we can always search out with Beseech to make our opponent sack 2 creatures, lose 4 life, or discard 2 cards. So all that is good. And then, of course, mono black, Sheoldred. Sheoldred's real good at making our opponent have to play stuff or they die. And then Back for second. Back for second. This card has a really secret mode here, which is on the bargain side. It returns 2 target creature cards from a graveyard to the hand, right? So it's a mini Gix command. That's not that good, but it says if we may choose one of those cards with mana value 4 or less and put it on the battlefield instead. If we bargain, we're bargaining every time, right? Bargaining a Hopeless Nightmare, a Nowhere to Run, or Leyline of the Void, and we can bring a Sheoldred and a Braids. And we just summon a Braids. That's real good. So that's the idea of this deck. Now the land base, guess what? 23 lands. Not 24, not 25. This is actually pretty controlling, but no, 23 lands is enough. 19 Swamps, 4 Fountain Courts. I need to have black pips early game, and I want to make sure that the lands are coming to play untapped. So that's why there's 19 Swamps. And there's 4 Fountain Ports to just, you know, we'll be able to tap them for the fish tokens, to draw cards with our fish tokens, or if we're kind of mana screwed because we only have 23 lands in the deck, sometimes we can even make treasures. I don't think that's going to be very common, but Fountain Port is just an additional good card to make our opponents scared that if they don't do anything, we will eventually push them out. All right, that's the whole idea of the deck. Now let's go into the games. All right, our opponent is Vandil. They got a Van, and they're going to do. Oh, put it in the deck. It's here. Let's do it. Probably not going to matter against our opponent this time. But eventually, right? The black Leyline does its thing. Ha! Blue. Alright. Start a card, please. Let the commencement begin, you late. Oh, the card's gone. You really? Like the best card in your deck against what I have right now, you just tossed it. Alright. How would you like this to go? I don't know. Something's gonna happen. Nothing? Then I'll sack this. Haha, GG. That's what I thought. Alright, our opponent is Victor. Hello, Victor. Wow, put 4 in the deck and I still can't draw it. My opponent goes first, so I gotta cut down. This is not very useful. Braid's not very useful. I got more than that hand. This, okay, fine. Like, you didn't like that hand? How about a worse hand? A worse hand it is? Yeah, I don't want to see that. Get out of here. I don't care how generous you are. I'm gonna go for your throat. Okay. That's my only card, so I'm not throwing it out there. Playing against Big Red? Yo. That's not very cool. I'm gonna arrest you, Big Red. What do you have? Okay. Scorching Dragonfire. 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker. And then this is, if as far as you control it, deal damage to an opponent, it deals double. Yeah, let's not do that. And then I would like to have Braids out. You can double Burst Lightning it. Back a little swamp. Would you like to give me an extra card? Thank you. I got a swamp. Is he gonna play the Scorching Dragonfire? Oh yeah, actually, no. The Tyrant thing? It's gonna tap him out if he does. It's not a haste card. He's probably just gonna kick the Burst Lightning. Yep. Burst Lightning's about to be kicked. Can't really play the Leyline. I mean, he's gonna Burst Lightning the Braids anyways. Playing the Leyline here won't help. No. He didn't do it in response. He can still do this. Okay. Only lands drawn so far. That's all you got? I had a plan for that. pretty obvious I had a plan for that. Yo, that's pretty scary. Let me go 1-1. Cool. I do like to use Liliana, but there's a burst lightning in his hand. I'm kind of scared, so... But wait till he has less cards in his hand. Get rid of that, shall we? Now we sack the little fishy fish for another card. It's a land. Oh boy. Ooh, Shelly. Shelly's a card. I play Liliana, make him discard, right? So... yeah, I play Liliana, make him discard.
This is my home, and I don't appreciate it when people touch my things.
He can kick the burst lightning to kill Lily. But then he's out of cards.
I knew this was a waste. You won't be outsmarting me.
Cool. Out of cards. Wow. Well, that's good. I guess it's punished for throwing out Liliana for no reason. What the hell is this? Kellen? I mean, I flood so hard. 1, 2, 3... plus... was that 8? That's 11 lands. Out of 18 cards I drew. That's not gonna help, is it? Got Terror of the Peaks. And then kill him. I mean, I could have killed a Bonehold Dracosaur with Liliana, and then everything would be different. But of course, that's not what happened. You get so much draw with this. What does Kellen even do? Three-two double striker. Well, we're gonna hope he whiffs. Because it's a 3-2 double striker, but it's not trample. I can just jump. Not sorcery. It's not sorcery. Okay. Because it's not sorcery, this will have to jump. Nightmare. Well, drop your last card, I guess. It was just a land? That's unfortunate. Gotta put a stop right here. I attack, he blocks. What happens? Yep. Since he's not double attacking, oh, he is double attacking. Okay, it's either we win or we lose here. Maybe he has a blocker. That's fair, right? He could have a blocker. Oh, okay. That works just as well. So I should have kept Liliana and just played Sheoldred. Think I would have been. I mean, Sheoldred would have died. Maybe I just held off with the Fountain Port that turn. Alright, our opponent is Leo DB. What's DB? Dead Branches? Ah, thinking the RO days. One goes first. I don't like that, but I have Duress and I have a Leyline. Unless they're aggro, then I'm screwed. But if they're not aggro, this is a pretty good hand. They got weird, is that Ugin? Ugin sleeves? So maybe they're not aggro. Can only hope. Oh, I bugged this out. Okay. Every time I look at the browser during Mulligan, it bugs this out. Kind of weird. Oh, Lush Portico. Well, we gotta get rid of their up the beanstalk first. There's two of them. Can't get rid of both. That's annoying. But I can get rid of a lot of the cards in their hand, so slow them down a bit. Okay, okay, calm down. Calm down, deck. Okay, that's what I get out of this. Yeah, you're about to have a lot of hopeless nightmares. This is, how many is this? 1, 2, 3. Discard another card. Cast Leyline Binding. I have nothing here that's useful. That's kind of awkward, right? Now that Leyline Binding goes away, I get it back. Yeah. You got nothing? Watch me get the other hopeless nightmares. Or a duress. I'll duress you. Ah, okay. So that's what you have in your hand. Did I get braids? Can he get my braids? I can also get Liliana, which is pretty good. Let's see, if I get Braids, it's not very good, right? Actually, Braids is more useful than Liliana because I can all the hopeless nightmares, but I have a lot more Braids than Liliana, and Liliana definitely is harder to remove.
A fight? And you think don't overthink things?
Getting rid of his cards are important. Well.
Drop it.
Alright, we got rid of his Overlord. Time to start making treasures. Make a skeleton. Try to discard a card.
We all have things we'd rather forget.
It's a Zerd deck. Ah, interesting. Alright, then I'm going to sack this token. That's another hopeless nightmare. Jeez, alright. Might as well play it. I don't need that treasure right now. He's hoping for another land just to play the Mistmore, right? Well, that land's not gonna help him play the Mistmore.
Fine.
Alright, you get to keep your Beanstalk and the land. And 2 lands, or you get to keep your white mana and your Leyline binding. I don't know why he's still in this. I guess you can try. But there's 6 permanents. You keep either these 3 or those 3, giving me back the hopeless nightmare. I hope he knows what he's doing. Yeah, right? GG. That was not gonna be good enough. Alright, our opponent is Zaralon. I don't know. Maybe that's his name. We gotta go first. We do get to curve into Liliana, so might as well. Let's see if they're a filthy combo deck like everybody else. Or it's just Boros aggro. So far it's just one or the other. Filthy combo deck it is. Alright, time for you to feel hopeless about your nightmare. Cool, what did you discard? Brotherhood End. My Liliana is here. Would you like to counter her? No?
Those
You're gonna have
who
to
get
discard
in
a
my
card.
way tend to regret it. Don't overthink things.
Nowhere to run? I don't want to discard my Sheoldred. That's kind of funny. I could just not do anything. What is actually in my deck for Beseech, though? There's... Alright, I could discard Shelly, go up to 5 just to threaten him. Or you can quit. That works too. Yeah, combo deck got locked out. Alright, our opponent is Chase G. His name is Chase, and he's a G, I think. Opponent goes first. Of course they do. Another 2-lander. I'm not happy about this, but we'll see. I mean, I don't want Rankle's Prank in my hand, right? But I don't know. Lots of removal, which is pretty good. So I can remove his creatures, and then I can remove his combo. Hero. You want to play with the dice trigger? Let's not have that happen. Challenger. Ow. I don't want that there either. This is the one I had to kill on my turn, because on his turn he gets an extra draw from it. Swift Sphere. This I don't have to kill on my turn. Although I don't like it. Burst Lightning for extra damage. I duress ye. Take out the Burst Lightning. Gotta kill that mouse. If that's all he's doing, I'm not even gonna bother. Alright, I guess we'll just Rankle's Prank and make him sack 2 things. I like the cards in my hand, so each player sack 2 creatures. And a Heartfire Hero? No aggro. He can definitely play the Witch Doctor Frenzy for 3 mana, right? So I gotta be careful about that. Do I take the 1? Yeah, I'll take the 1. That's fine. That's a lot of cards that I want. Okay, so I could Beseech. No, I can't. Cannot Beseech right now. Well, I could Beseech out of nowhere to run, right? And I still have go for the throw. What could be a card that I want to get? Leyline's pretty good. Other than Leyline, nothing else really that matters. So I think Sheoldred is still the best card. Let's wait till he goes to combat. If you attack with one creature, no. This is for each creature attack this turn. So stopping this from attacking means this costs 4. Do you not know how Leyline the Void works? Yeah, Leyline. Get got. I can do it. Take 4. He cannot do the Witchstalker Frenzy on my attack, because he needs 3 lands for that. So Sheoldred will stay for a while. Stay a while and listen. And here comes a rope. I mean, come on, Chase G. If you really are a G, just play the game. You got 3 Fountain Ports and 3 Swamps. Something's gonna happen. Now he's just gonna rope. Alright, well, he's looking at Sheoldred, rethinking his life, screaming Nemesis. Very nice. Get that out of the way. Bring him down to 5. There's nowhere to run. You might be chasing, but you can't be running. Because there's nowhere to run. I like that. Also, I can gain a life anytime, or gain 2 life anytime by sacrificing this fish. But now my Sheoldred cannot attack anymore, because it will die to the Witchstalker Frenzy. He could also just play a land and then frenzy the Sheoldred anyways. Which is his whole turn. At which point the fish can start attacking. So let's see what he wants to do. He wants to rope. That's cool. You can always rope. If you're a bad player, you can always rope, right? 4th land, Witchstalker Frenzy. Like I said, kind of knew that was going to happen, so let's sack a token to draw a card anyways. Alright, it's just a case, but that's fine. I could sack this to draw a card, but the problem is I don't have nowhere to run up if that's the case. And I would much rather have nowhere to run up. Yeah, a lot of these cards are gone. I think I duress the Burst Lightning instead of the Witchstalker Frenzy, which I still think is the right choice. Because Sheoldred lasted a while since it was mana screwed. Well, he's not mana screwed, but he could not play the mana in time. And meanwhile, Burst Lightning could have just he could have weaved it in with Screaming Nemesis, and I would not be able to gain life ever. I don't want that to happen. So now we got a skeleton. He is spooky. I could sack the skeleton for a card at the end of this turn if he doesn't do anything. Or I could just make a fish and attack him for 3, which is what I think I will do. He's gonna rope. I mean, red decks usually just ropes whenever they're out of ideas. You know, instead of quitting and playing the next game, why don't you just rope and make your opponent hate you? That makes sense. See, if you feel like people shouldn't be salty against red players shouldn't do this crap. Right? If they just win every game like they should or quit the games that they're losing, no one will be that sad about it. But they always do this kind of crap where they're just whiny little babies. Cry on the floor if they're not winning every game. Come on. Make your place. Huh? Yeah, that's what I thought. Bad players all around. I guess he's no longer G. He's getting his G card revoked. Now, Chase, you're not a G. Different kind of G, maybe. Eh? Eh? Gotta think about it. Oh, okay. Just gonna rope out. I'm gonna play another one of these. More skeletons. Good luck. Man, Leyline the Voice is so good. I love this card. It's... If only there's one other way to bargain, right? Like, I've looked at all the bargain cards, and I try to fit all into this deck. Yeah, I still don't think it's enough. If there's more way to bargain, I would love this deck even more. I just... Bargain is such a good idea with Leyline the Void. Leyline the Void just kills, like, half the degenerate combo decks out there, and also catches this deck, which is good, right? Catches dice triggers. But, in addition to all that, Leyline the Void can also be sacked. That's very important. So, that's why I love it. And look at all the cases I'm getting. So many stash skeletons. Stash skeletons. Hope I'm saying that right. Maybe I need to something on his pack in this deck too. That would be fun. Anyways, our opponent's just intent on roping out and then losing. Is he gonna explode? There you go. No GG for you. Alright, our opponent is Jozak 2KX. Jozak goes first. I mean, okay, I got a curve, right? Going to turn 3. Sort of. I don't have my Leyline. I'm not happy about that. 4 Leylines in the deck, I didn't draw it. And they got a Landwar Elf, which means they get to ramp to turn 3. That's also bad. Let's see what happens. Mosswood Dreadnought. Okay, do I let the Dreadnought out? Oh man, Leyline will be so good right now. Anyways, I don't want him to ramp into turn 4. That's where it gets scary, right? Oh, come on! If I had the Leyline, it would be a different game. But I don't. I can duress him, but he's got 1 mana. I think it's better to Braids here. Extra card draw is always useful. Now I can beseech out something if I need it. It's a lot of damage though. Yep. Back for second is also useful. Alright, so I need to kill the Mosswood Dreadnought eventually. I guess I'll duress him first. No. Hopeless Nightmare first. Discards a land. Didn't I duress him? Just 2 cut downs. Alright. That's good for me. Knowing what he has is important, right? The thing is, I don't know if I can beseech into a Leyline here. Might not have enough time. So I just have to lend my Shelly. Hope for the best. Kill one of them. Sheoldred. Sheoldred's always good. Now I have 2 things to bargain. So I can beseech out the Leyline. And then I can... okay. So draw a card. Use that life. Galissa. Galissa is scary. I can hardcast Leyline now. But he still has a Galissa, right? So how do I do this? How do I get around a Galissa? Beseech out. Sack 2 creatures? No. Beseech out, go for the throw? Yeah, that's... He has a cut down. I gotta beseech out something. Rankle's prank is good, but not great. I can get... Now, any enchantment I have will just die. So I don't want that to happen. Sack 2 creatures will kill my Sheoldred. I don't want that. I get Braids. Sack the Nightmare. That's too much work. Let's just do this. He has to block, right? It's too much damage. Yeah. Now he has a Dread Knight in the graveyard. That will take him 2 mana to use. Unless he top deck another Galissa here. Archfiend? Alright, that's good. That is good. It hurts him a lot more. Also hurts me. What can I actually bring back here? I can bring back a Braids. Does my Leyline of the Void actually do anything here? Whereas in the Archfiend, if he attacks me, I take 4. I mean, I take 6. Not really the end of the world, right? He's gonna go down to 6 here. Alright. Plays the Mosswood Dreadnought. Oh, plays the Galissa. That's nice top decks. Nice top decks for sure. I make a treasure. You can't really cut anything down. I get a case. I can't attack into a Galissa. He's. What can I do here? I can give back Braids. What does Braids do for me? I can also sack this token to draw a card. So I won't be able to get the case out. Alright, if I sack this token, I have 3 more mana back for seconds. I will not be able to put the case out. Case is a skeleton that gets cut down. Yeah, makes sense. Oh boy. That's a card. Alright, in this case, I just go for the Throw Galissa and attack him for 4. He blocks with the Mosswood Dread Knight. We reset, but he's gonna go down to 4 life. He has to block here. If he doesn't block, he loses. Yep. Now you can turn a Cottage Life on me, but that's not enough. Oh, nice card. There goes my back for second, I guess. What do I do next? What can he do? I don't know what he can do. Because he has to hope for the next card he draws to win him the game. Wait. Let me put a break here. Okay, he plays the Mosswood Dread Knight, he just died, right? Oh, he can try to top deck him to go for the throat. GG. I don't know why he's dropping the mic and then dies, but okay. Welcome back, everyone. Now that you see those games, how does this feel? I gotta say, you know, I'm in love with Black Leyline. As I always said, I think Black Leyline of the Void is something that a lot of people are... I know people know it, and I don't think people are underestimating it. But in Best of One, people shy away from Leyline because they think, well, it's a Best of One game, and if this card is not useful against our opponent, it's just a dead card. So nobody really plays Leyline in Best of One. I play 4. I need Leyline. Leyline locks down almost all combo decks on Standard. So that's... by that itself, by that sort of logic itself, I think it's good enough. But this deck takes use of Leylines whenever we're not using it, which is still pretty good, right? And yeah, I love this deck. I wanted to make a lot of different decks with Leylines because I think so many decks work with just having a Leyline on board early game that this is warranted. I did the Leyline Explorer with Zur. I did the Leyline here. I did the Leyline... I also did a Leyline Explorer with Doom Foretold. And now I'm doing Leyline Standard. It's just such a good card. I hope everyone start running it so that we kill that all the combo decks. I love combo, but it's getting too degenerate. And... you know, Wizards had made combo too good that a lot of the games are just, you know, I combo off turn 3, I combo off turn 4, too early, right? If you want to play a turn 4 kind of game, then you should have a turn 4 tempo or a turn 4 mid-range. Turn 4 combo is just like, I win, there's no reaction, that's very difficult. So that's why Leyline reacts to that before they even get to there. Leyline just kills their combo. That's why I love this deck. Everything else really push out the tempo, so that makes it pretty good. I had to cut Braids, and I had to cut Beseech when I was trying to tech the deck, and that's why there's only 3 Braids and 3 Beseech, but because I wanted to have 4 Case. Cases are very important. So, and before, when I started this deck, I didn't have any case. I have 4 Nowhere to Run, 4 Braids, and 4 Beseech. And guess what? I don't have any tempo. So, I cut down these a little bit, and then I have 4 cases now for way more tempo. And that means our opponent can't really stop what we're doing, because they have to answer the skeletons. If they do answer the skeletons, then we can tutor out whatever card we need. If they don't answer the skeletons, well, the skeleton will just kill them. So, I love this deck. I wonder how... you know, any deck is supposed to fight this. I haven't really made a deck against something like this yet, but I guess, you know, Golgari might work, just have Galissa out. That was pretty difficult for us to fight. We got lucky and just had go for the throw for the Galissa here. But yeah, this kind of deck, I do think it's very fun, but it is one-dimensional. Mono black, one-dimensional. Let's see how it does in Standard overall. That's really all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.